In this video, we're going to be taking a look at how you write the fourth paragraph of your persuasive essay. Now, we have written the first three, obviously, because we're in the fourth one. And just remember, the first paragraph starts out with your thesis statement, transition, and your three main points. Second paragraph has to reflect that first main point in your first paragraph. Third paragraph has to reflect that second main point in your first paragraph. And then finally, we have the fourth paragraph, and that is going to reflect the final point, or the third main point in your first paragraph. Okay, so my first main point is finally the creamy nougat makes this candy bar to die for. Alright, so taking a look at that final paragraph, you can see I start out with the transition sentence, the final reason, and then I include my thesis statement somewhere in there. Final reason that makes Snickers the best candy bar in the world is the creamy nougat makes this candy bar to die for. You can see it reflects that third point in that first paragraph. And then from here I have this part adds smoothness to the candy bar that will make your mouth say thank you, and then two other main points. Now before we get to this end process, I'm going to show you my outline. Okay, so first of all, transition sentence. And I have written, and I know it's different font, the final reason that makes Snickers the best candy bar in the world is the creamy nougat makes this candy bar to die for. Now, it is important to remember your thesis statement, you do want to include that somewhat within your transition sentences. Okay, so I have the Snickers candy bar is the most delicious candy bar in the world. And then my transition sentence, the final reason that makes Snickers the best candy bar in the world. So it definitely reflects that thesis statement. And it's very important that your transition sentences do the same. And then underneath this, I have my three main points just on why the creamy nougat makes this candy bar to die for. I'm not going to talk about the wrapper. I'm not going to talk about how my great Aunt Frances likes Snickers or anything like that. Just the creamy nougat, and that's it. I'm going to convince my reader about it. So I'm going to talk about the smoothness. I'm going to talk about the great blend. Remember, this is just to organize your thoughts. We're not writing three sentences here, just thoughts to help you organize your thinking. And then eating it all by itself. So I'm going to be talking about that in my fourth paragraph. Now what I want you to do is pause this video, write your transition sentence down, make sure it does include that thesis statement in some way or another, and then your three main points that you're going to be talking about in paragraph 4 that just reflect your third main point in your first paragraph. So you want to take a look at your first paragraph, look at that third main point just right here, and that's what this fourth paragraph is going to reflect. So complete this part of your outline and do this right now. So pause the video now. Okay, now you should have written down your outline, your transition sentences, your three main points. Now let's take a look at the final paragraph. Okay, so transition sentence is pretty simple. I rewrite that down. So the final reason that the final reason that makes Snickers the best candy bar is the creamy nougat makes this candy bar to die for. Okay, so that is reflecting my third point. And then I have my 3 points that support that main point in my fourth paragraph. So this part adds smoothness to the candy bar that will make your mouth say thank you. And you can see from my outline that I have smoothness, so I talked about that. Now my next main point in this fourth paragraph is the great blend. So it is also great for the bottom layer in that it blends with all the other parts of the bar to enhance the flavor. So I talked about that that second point in my fourth paragraph. And then I take a look at my outline, eating it all by itself. I love to eat this layer by itself for that creamy, delightful taste. Okay, so once again in this fourth paragraph, you need to talk about your third main point in your first paragraph with 3 supporting details that convince your reader that, for example, in my case, that the creamy nougat makes this candy bar to die for. So this is how you write the fourth paragraph of your persuasive essay. If you have any questions about this, please come and see me.